there, thrill seekers and night owls.
Welcome to HorrorHaunted AI, your go-to channel for all things that go bump in the night. If you're new here, buckle up, because we're about to crank up this. And if you're a returning haunt hunter, you know the drill. Grab your popcorn, dim the lights, and let's get spooky. Tonight, we're diving headfirst into the shadows with our latest video. Top 10 haunted places around the world. You ready to feel that chill down your spine? Let's roll. Yo, what's up, horror junkie? Picture this. You're alone in the dead of night, heart pounding like a drum in your chest, and suddenly, a whisper slithers into your ear from nowhere. That's the kind of vibe we're chasing today. On Horror Hunt, I'm your AI host, spinning tailies that'll make your skin crawl and your mind race. We've scoured the globe for the most bone-chilling spots where the veil between the living and the dead is thinner than a ghost's whisper. These ain't your grandma's bedtime stories. These are real deal.
Haunted hotspots loaded with history,
Tragedy, and enough paranormal activity to keep you up for weeks. We're talking apparitions that stare right through you. Unexplained screams echoing in empty halls. And vibes so eerie, they'll have you checking over your shoulder. Curious, yet good.
because we're about to rank M from spine-tingling to straight-up nightmare fuel.
Stick around if you dare. Dudes and dudettes things are about to get real haunted. Let's kick this off with number 10. #1. Aokigahara Forest, Japan. The suicide forest. Alright, let's start our global ghost tour in the land of the rising sun. But trust me, in Aokigahara, the sun don't rise on the horrors lurking there. Nestled at the base of Mount Fuji, this dense sea of trees is known as the suicide forest.
And let me tell ya, it's creepy.
We're talking over 30,000 acres of twisted trunks and roots that swallow up light like a black hole, leaving you in a perpetual twilight where every rustle could be something watching. Back in the day, folks believed this place was cursed by restless spirits of the dead who couldn't find peace. But the real terror kicked off in the 1960s when economic crashes drove desperate souls here to end it all. Hundreds, maybe thousands, have wandered in and never come out. Signs at the entrance beg you. Life is precious. Think of your family. But that don't stop the pool. Hikers report compasses going haywire, like the forest itself is messing with your head, leading you deeper into its Imagine you're trekking through leaves, crunching underfoot,
when you spot a rope dangling from a branch left over from some poor sap's final act. Your breath hitches.
Is that a shadow flitting between the trees?
You spin around, but nothing's there. Yet.
Locals whisper of the sea of trees trapping souls, forcing them to relive their despair eternally.
One dude, a survivor named Hiroshi, swore he heard voices urging him to join them. Come, it's peaceful here. He bolted, but not before glimpsing pale figures with hollow eyes, reaching out with bony fingers.
The suspense builds as you venture further.
Fog rolls in thick, muffling sounds except for faint sobs or laughter twisted, mocking. Curiosity kills here.
Many who entered to explore vanish, their bodies found months later, decomposed and alone.
Thrill seekers post videos online, but watch 'em close 'em catch orbs of light, or worse, faces in the bark. Is it pareidolia, or are the trees alive with trapped spirits? You tell me. But if you're stateside dreaming of a trip, think twice. Aokigahara don't play. It'll haunt your dreams long after you wake up sweating. And that's just our opener, folks.
Buckle up, we're climbing the terror ladder.
#2. Chernobyl, Ukraine. The radioactive wasteland. Shifting gears to Eastern Europe, where man screw-ups birthed a ghost town straight out of your worst apocalypse flick, Chernobyl. The site of the 1986 nuclear meltdown that turned a bustling city into a radioactive no man's. Over 100,000 folks evacuated overnight, leaving behind toys and cribs, dinners on tables, and lives frozen in time. Now, it's an exclusion zone where radiation lingers like an invisible killer. But that's not the only thing stalking the shadows.
Picture wandering Pripyats. Abandoned streets.
Ferris wheels, rusting in amusement parks that never opened. Schools with desks scattered like a bomb went off. Wait, one kinda did.
The air's heavy, dude, with that metallic temps, and every step crunches on broken glass.
But the real chill. The ghosts. Survivors talk of shadow people lurking in the reactor's ruins. Silhouettes of workers who perished in the blast. Their screams echoing through the concrete sarcophagus. One tour guide, Alexei, swears he felt hands pushing him toward the glowing core during a blackout. It was like they wanted company, he said, voice shaking. Curiosity draws in urban explorers, but many report hallucinations, or are they? Flickering lights in empty apartments, children's laughter from derelict playgrounds.
And whispers in Russian, Pomogi nam, help us. The thrill ramps up at night.
Geiger counters spike without reason, and you might catch a glimpse of mutated animals with glowing eyes. Or worse, human forms melting into the fog. Suspense hits peak when you enter the hospital basement, where firefighters' irradiated clothes still glow faintly. Footsteps follow you, but turn around. Nada. Some say the spirits are angry, trapped in eternal agony from the fallout. Others claim it's the land itself, poisoned and vengeful. For US Peps, it's like our 3-mile island on steroids except here. The hauntings are documented with EVP recordings capturing pleas for release derecho BC. Pack your hazmat suit, but don't say I didn't warn ya. The radiation might not get you, but the residents sure as hell might. Onward to scarier shores. #3. Tower of London, England. The bloody fortress crossing the pond to jolly old England. But ain't nothing jolly about the Tower of London. This medieval beast has stood since 1078. A fortress, palace, and prison where heads rolled over 900 years of executions, torture, and royal betrayals have soaked its stones in blood, making it a hotspot for spectral shenanigans that'll have you questioning reality. Walk those ancient ramparts at dusk, wind howling like a banshee, and feel the weight of history pressing down. Anne Boleyn, beheaded by her hubby Henry VIII.
Is the star ghost headless? Of course, gliding through the chapel with her noggin tucked under her arm.
Guards have quit after spotting her, hearts racing, as she vanishes into walls. but the suspense.
It's the little princes, Edward and Richard, vanished in 1483, their tiny apparitions playing in the bloody tower, giggling innocently before fading with a scream.
Thrill builds in the dungeons, where chains rattle on their own and cold spots drop the temp to freezing.
One Yank tourist, Sarah from Texas, felt tiny hands tugging her sleeve. "Play with us?" she noped outa. "They're faster than you can say." God save the Queen! Curiosity lures in. Ghost hunters with EMF meters spiking near the execution block, where Sir Walter Raleigh's spirit paces, muttering about injustice. Slang it up. "This place is haunted as hell, y'all." Whispers in empty cells. Phantom ravens cawing warnings. The tower's got layers of terror. Out at night. Watch for the bear ghostia, a spectral grizzly from the old menagerie. It's like stepping into a Shakespearean tragedy, but the actors never left the stage. For our U.S. audience, think Alcatraz meets medieval madness. Intrigued? Good, 'cause we're just warming up the frights. #4. Eastern State Penitentiary.
USA. The silent screamer back home in the good OL USA. Philly's Eastern State Penitentiary is a crumbling colossus of regret.
Opened in 1829 as a reform prison, it pioneered solitary confinement driving inmates mad in silence. Al Capone did time here, but the real bosses are the ghosts of broken men who never checked out. Stroll those echoing cell blocks, graffiti fading on walls, and hear the slam of invisible doors. The air is thick with despair, like the building's breathing. Suspense creeps in with footsteps trailing you down death row, where shadows stretch unnaturally long.
One guard, back in the 70s, saw a figure in cell 12. A inmate with eyes like coals.
Mouthing, "Let me out!" He bolted, but the thrill, it's the wheelbarrow ghost, pushing an empty cart through halls, wheels squeaking eternally. Curiosity peaks in the hospital wing, where moans float from empty beds. "TV sessions catch names, please. Water, ... please." Some say it's the spirits reliving their torments.
Others blame the architecture-vaulted ceilings, amplifying every whisper into a roar.
For slang-loving Americans, this joint's spooky central. Dudes, I felt breath on my neck straight chills.
Night tours AMP, the fear flashlights cutting through darkness only to reveal ... nothing. Or everything. Personal tale. A visitor from Cali swore a hand, grabbed her ankle in the catwalks.
It was a scold man, like death itself. The place thrives on that build-up quiet at first. Then bam, a scream rips through the silence. Homegrown horror at its finest.
If you're near Philly, hit it up. But leave the lights on when you get home. #5. Catacombs of Paris, France. The Empire of the Dead. Bonjour to the City of Light. More like City of Eternal Night down in Paris's catacombs. 6 million skeletons stacked in underground tunnels since the 1700s, when graveyards overflowed and bones were relocated. It's a maze of death, 200 miles of ossuaries where the lost wander forever. Descend those spiral stairs, torchlight flickering on walls of skulls, grinning back. The smell earthy, with a hint of decay that'll turn your stomach. Suspense starts slow. Echoes of dripping water. Your footsteps the only sound. Then, a whisper in French. Vines, avec nous, come with us. Tourists vanish yearly, drawn deeper by curiosity into off-limits sections. Thrill hits in the bone, art hearts, and crosses made from femurs. But shift your gaze, and eyes seem to follow. One explorer, Gene from the U.S. Yeah, we got expats chasing scares. Heard laughter turning to sobs. He followed, flashlight dying, trapped in darkness with scratching sounds closing in. Rescued hours later, babbling about the watchers. For our audience, this place is lit. Wait, no, it's pitch black terror, y'all. Ghosts of plague victims, revolutionaries, they all mingle in the chill. Feel a tug on your shirt. Run! The catacombs play mind games, illusions of paths that loop endlessly. Outlaw parties down there and modern spooks. Abandoned gear, fresh footprints, leading nowhere. Curiosities. The killer here. One wrong turn, and you're part of the decor. Ew. La. More like, oh, hell no. #6. Bangar Fort, India. The cursed citadel. Halfway around the world to India's Rajasthan, where Bangar Fort sits like a forgotten curse. Built in 1573. Legend says a wizard hexed it after a princess spurned him, dooming all inside to death. Now, it's India's most haunted. Entry forbidden after sunset by government order. 'Cause folks who stay don't come back. Approach those crumbling gates, monkeys screeching like demons, and feel the oppression inside temples and palaces. Whisper, secret.
Suspense builds with sudden winds carrying cries, or shadows darting in broad daylight.
A local guide, Raj, tells of a tourist ignoring warnings. He laughed. Dude said it was BS. Next morning, his tent empty. Screams heard all night. Thrill in the royal quarters, where the princess's ghost appears. Beautiful but deadly.
Luring men with seductive calls. Touch a stone. Cold shocks, like electricity.
Curiosity draws paranormal teams. Orbs dance in photos, EVPs. Curse in ancient tongues. Forest Lang, this fort's got bad juju. Man vibes, that'll freak you out big time. Nightfall amps it. Animals flee. Air turns heavy. One Yank adventurer camped illegally. Woke 2 hands choking him.
Escaped bruised, swearing the wizard's still there, jealous and raging. Bangar don't forgive trespassers.
It's a trap wrapped in history. Tempted, stay away. Unless you want to join the curse. #7. Island of the Dolls. Mexico. The puppet purgatory south of the border. To Mexico's Exocamilco canals. Where La Isla de las Muñecas hangs with thousands of decaying dolls. Don Julian Santana found a drowned girl here in the 50 segundos. Then aired doll. Obsessed, he hung toys to appease her. Spirit till he drowned in the same spot. Now, the island's a nightmare nursery.
Boat in through misty waters, dolls staring with missing eyes, limbs twisting in wind.
Suspense. Whispers from plastic mouths. giggles turning sinister. A visitor, Maria from Elefeld, tugs on her hair. They moved. I swear, heads turning to watch me. Thrill peaks at night. Eyes glow. Dolls swing like pendulums.
Legend says the girl's ghost possesses them, seeking playmates. Curiosity kills Stutch 1. Bad luck follows.
For our crowd, this spot's whack-yo creepy dolls coming alive. Nightmare fuel. EVs. Capture. Juega conmigo. Play with me and Julian's hut. His apparition lurks, hanging more dolls eternally. Paddle out fast. The island claims souls. #8, Edinburgh Castle, Scotland. The Highland Haunter. Up to Bonnie, Scotland's Edinburgh Castle, perched on volcanic rock like a brooding sentinel. 1,000 years of sieges, plagues, and executions, it's soaked in sorrow. Bagpipes echo ghostly, but the real music screams from the dungeons. Climb those foggy steps, ravens cawing omens, and feel eyes on you. Suspense. Drum beats from nowhere, heralding the headless drummer who warns of doom. A tourist Mike from Chicago saw him beat, got louder, then silenced Jill's men. Thrilled in the vaults,
Where plague victims were walled up alive. Moans, touches in darkness. Curiosity lures ghost tours. Apparitions of soldiers march, vanishing into mist.
Slang it. This castle's lit with spooks. Jude's bagpipe phantoms. Epic scare.
Lady Glamis, burned as a witch, appears charred and wailing.
Night vigils catch poltergeist hurling stones.
Edinburgh, don't mess around. It's Highland horror at its peak.
#9, Waverly Hills Sanatorium, USA. The TB Terror. Stateside again in Louisville, Kentucky, Waverly Hills, the tuberculosis death factory. Treated thousands in the early 1900s, but most died horribly. The body chute funneled corpses out secretly. Now, it's a highway for haunts. Tours those decaying halls. Echoes of coughs lingering. Suspense. Shadows in room 502, where a nurse hanged herself pregnant, desperate. Visitors feel nooses tightening invisibly. A Kentuckian.
Jake whispered. She appeared, eyes pleading, thrilling but terrifying. Thrill ramps in the death tunnel, wheels creaking, ghostly gurneys rolling.
Kids' spirits play, balls bouncing alone. Curiosity. Shadow people swarm at night.
For US vibes. This place is haunted AF, y'all. TB ghosts coughing eternally.
Shudder. EVPs beg for mercy. Waverly's a domestic demon den. Enter if you dare. 10.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with. Now they looking nervously, and I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better.
Her.
I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy.
He.
So bad that you
Me.
running
Paveglia, the island of no return. Plague quarantine in the 1700s. Then a sila where him at dock experimented till he jumped from the bell tower. Bells tolling madly, ferry over choppy waters, ruins looming, suspense, bells ring faintly, voices chanting. An American explorer, Lisa, felt pulls toward pits of burned bones. They whispered my name. Curiosity almost killed me. Thrill maxes in the asylum. Screams. Apparitions of tortured patients. Docks, ghost lurks. Tools clanging. Slang. This island's insane. Folks plague, spirits rising. Ultimate nightmare. Fishermen avoid. Boats capsize mysteriously. Pulveglius, the king of Huncenta, and you might stay forever.
Horror hounds.
We just survived the top 10 haunted places around the world on HorrorHaunted AI, from suicide forests to plague islands. These spots prove the world's full of shadows waiting to grab ya. If your heart's still racing and you're itching for more smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell. Don't miss our next dive into the dark. Share your own spooky stories in the comments. Who knows, yours might inspire the next vid. Till then, sleep tight if you can. This is HorrorHaunted AI, signing off. Sweet dreams, or should I say, nightmares. Peace out.